Luca Marini completed his first Grand Prix as a Repsol Honda team rider. The Italian spent the reduced 21-lap race distance working to improve his sensations with the Honda and understand his new bike over longer runs. Initially dropping back from the rest of the field, Marini made the most of his situation to study the KTM of Jack Miller for the majority of the race. Although he only lagged behind the field at the Qatar GP, Luca Marini drew a positive conclusion after the race. The Australian proved to be particularly helpful for the Honda newcomer. It's encouraging to see the other Honda riders, and especially Mir, fighting for good positions. For us, it has been a continuation of our weekend today, and we had a small issue which limited us in the race. I was able to understand a lot of things during the race, which is very important, especially when I realized Miller was behind. I let him pass to study a little bit what he was doing. I think this will help us to understand more and more, to take some positives. We need time to keep trying things and getting more comfortable. For Luca Marini, the prospects for the start of the season in Qatar were rather modest. From the penultimate starting position, the Honda newcomer only ended up in 21st place in Saturday's sprint. And things didn't go any better for the 26-year-old in the Grand Prix race on Sunday. "That was a tough weekend," said Marini after the race, which the Italian only finished in 20th place. He only left the fallen Jack Miller behind. "I saw on my pit board that someone was behind me. Then I thought, why? Until I understood that it had to be Jack." Marini took the situation with gallows humor. "I then let him pass and tried to follow him." Marini made some interesting discoveries. "It's now clear to me what we need to work on. Jack wasn't necessarily stronger on the brakes than I was. But the KTM has a lot of grip on the rear wheel, especially at corner entry. You can guide the bike very precisely to the apex of the curve and then accelerate smoothly. That's where I'm currently having the biggest difficulties, analyzing his performance on the RC213V compared to the KTM." Valentino Rossi's half-brother also admitted, "I had a little problem in the race, which is why my pace was so slow. But even without the problems, I wouldn't have been able to fight for such good positions as my brand colleagues." Marini was referring primarily to Johann Zarco, who immediately raced into the points in 12th place in his first race on the LCR Honda. On the other side of the box, Joan Mir was crossing the line in 13th and 18.4 seconds from the winner. The most important aspect was the positive feeling and comfort he felt with the Repsol Honda team RC213V. Mir and the team are adamant that this is the positive first step in a year of improvements. A confidence-building result for the 2020 MotoGP World Champion. "We made a great race, honestly. I started well and recovered a lot of positions straight away. It's been a long time since I was able to enjoy riding like that, so that is really positive. Starting at the back isn't easy, but we made good ground to be with Fabio for most of the race. In the last 5 laps I felt like I had a little bit more than Quartararo, so I overtook him and made a gap of 1 second.